Hello there. Welcome to the live stream. Amber's was just barking, so I'm just going to hold her for a little bit to calm her down. If she starts barking again, I may have to get up and get her. But she was just calm a second ago and relaxing. So if you were witness to all of my crazy live stream endeavors, I was trying to start a live stream and basically it said I had to have a streaming software. And so I was trying to set it up and then it was like, oh, you can just copy the settings from your last live stream. And I was like, okay. So I hit that. And then it brought up a live stream from 2013, I think. And it said 10-year anniversary. And it was like, it actually used my old thumbnail and everything. And I was like, that's not what I wanted. So before I could change it, it seemed like it already pushed out to you guys. So sorry if you saw that. I think I put it on private. I don't know. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. You're saying that I look pretty and beautiful. My hair, actually, I just got out of the shower, so it's like still drying and frizzy. But anyway, hi. If you read the title, you know that I am going to be unboxing some Myabetic bags. If you don't know what Myabetic is, I thought I put it in the description, but I set up this so many times that I don't think I did. So let me write it in the chat. It's myabetic.com. There we go. And so they sent me a couple bags for free to try out. And I also have a coupon code. So I wanted to be sure that I told you about it so that if you want some diabetes purses, you can look into them and see if you can save some money as well. So my coupon code for 15% off is, can anyone guess what it is? It's Danica. It's the same thing it's always been. I've had that coupon code for a long time, actually, but I kind of stopped talking about Myabetic for a little bit, and so I just thought it'd be fun to talk about it again. So check out this huge box. She sent me 2 different things, actually. So I think what I'm going to do to spread the love, I'm going to open one on YouTube, and then I'm going to do another live stream on Facebook because I never live stream there, and see if I can open the other one on there. I think it's a different crew over there. We'll see. I don't know what to expect. I don't live stream over there, really. Also, since my last live stream, I got a new computer, so I hope the sound is better. My other one sounded like an airplane taking off the longer I would live stream, and you couldn't hear me. So hopefully you can hear me. I do have kind of a quiet voice in general, so I'll try my best. But let's open this guy up. I did not get any scissors, so that was probably a mistake, but I got muscles. We got this. Maybe. I'm literally just ripping the box. Okay. Actually, let me know in the comments, would you rather see me open the purse or the backpack on this channel? So type in purse or backpack, because I got 2 different things. And I'm going to do the other one on Facebook, so. Oh my gosh. I should have got scissors. Backpack. I'm seeing lots of backpacks. Good, because that's the one I want to open too. Okay. Let me pull this out here. Whew, that was a struggle. Okay, breathe. We're good. Okay. Everyone's saying backpack except for one person. So here's the backpack. So Myabetic, if you're wondering what it is, it's basically just a company that makes cute purses and bags and things, and other things too, for diabetes supplies specifically, and also just your normal everyday purse stuff. So I was looking at these, and there was a point, kind of a little bit ago now, where tons of people were getting these bags, and I was like, oh, those look pretty cool. But I just never got one. And then I was talking to Kira from Myabetic, and she was super nice and said that she would send one to me when I asked her, because she's super nice. And then she threw in another bag too. So I was so torn though, because there's so many different colors for them. And so I literally went on Instagram and I looked up I don't know what I typed in, Myabetic backpack maybe. And I was trying to figure out which one I would like the best, because there's a pink one and a black one. And anyway, I ended up getting the copper. So it's a shiny metallic color, because I felt like it would go with a lot of things. And it's a little different than just black. I tend to never get black bags. I don't know. Do they make guy bags? They do make guy bags, actually. They have this sling one, a across the body backpack type of thing, where it's just one strap. I don't know words for bags, but anyway, here it is. I'm so excited to finally see it in person. So let's open up this. We got some straps. There's one. basically the picture that inspired me to get one of these was a picture of, I think it was there's 4 of them, 4 diabetics in Disneyland, and they all had a backpack on. And I looked at that picture and I was like, do I want pink? Do I want copper? Do I want black? And so that's kind of what made me pick. Anyway, I'm trying to get all of this off. Again, probably should have brought scissors, but it's fine. Nobody likes to be prepared. What are you guys saying? It's such a nice color. Isn't it fun? Okay, I can't really get this off fully, but the main part is the compartments, obviously. So let's open up the main compartment. It's my understanding that the main compartment is kind of for your main things. Duh. Yeah, so like your purse would be for your, obviously, like wallet and sunglasses and keys and all that kind of stuff. So there's tons of room in here. There is, there's a little pocket here. And I know that at least one of these pockets is insulated for insulin and like keeping it cooler, which will be perfect for the summer. And then they also have a little ID part here where you can put in like an ID card, even a medical ID, like if you wanted to get one of those cards or even make your own that just says that you have type 1 diabetes on an insulin pump. I have one of those in my wallet. So that's the main part. There's also a pocket actually behind, so like where the straps sit on your back. And it's like that. So I think that'd be a great place for your phone too, especially if you kind of want to keep it safe and near you. But the main part is the front. The front pocket is actually the diabetes pocket. So let's open it up. Here we go. Here we go. So you got all the paper. Oh, it came with a little dust bag. Came with one of these Myabetic bags to keep it in. So here's the compartment for all your diabetes supplies. The main thing that I love about these, which is going to sound so silly, is this little thing. I use this actually. So the purpose of it, I think, is to be a place to put your old test strips and just store them so you remember to throw them away, which honestly I could really use because I leave test strips everywhere. But I think it's the perfect size for a vial of insulin. I have, or I used to have a Myabetic bag, and I just wore it so much that it got worn out. And so I ended up tossing it because it was completely worn out. But I kept this little guy because I loved putting my vial of insulin in there. Now I have my Med Angel in there as well. And then sometimes I keep like extra little things in there. And then I put it in a makeup bag and I put it in my purse right now. So love these things. But it just has a little Velcro on the back and it goes in here. There's also tons of those. So you know when you have a meter bag and it has a lot of those stretchy loops, like for your test strips and your poker and all that kind of stuff, it has tons of those. You could also use it for insulin pens. So like there's one right here. And then there's a bunch right here. So pens, syringes, all that kind of stuff. There's also a big stretchy pocket here, where you could put a meter, anything you want basically. And then there's also a mesh pocket here that you could put more stuff. So tons of room, honestly, but also not so big that you feel like you're just carrying a suitcase. Someone asked what a Med Angel is. I actually have a video on it. Wow, it's warm in here. Gross. Wow. It's a hot day today. A Med Angel is an insulin thermometer. I have a whole video about it. If you type in Med Angel and diabetic Danica, it'll come up. But it's an insulin thermometer, so it's a little sensor that you put in wherever your insulin is, and it links to your phone and can tell you if it gets too hot or too cold, basically. If it was on me, it would say, too hot. I'm really warm. Anyway, so now that I've looked at the whole thing, I'm pretty sure I was right that this is the insulated pocket, just the way it feels and everything. I know one of the pockets is insulated, and that's to keep your insulin safe and cool. So this is really nice. I'm really excited to use it. Again, different colors. Maybe I should put it on, even though I can't get the plastic off yet because I don't have any scissors. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Hey, I'll just leave the plastic on. What do you think? A little fashion statement? Anyone? Okay. Anyway, so definitely check out the website. Use my coupon code so that you save a little bit of money as well. 15% off is pretty good. Coupon code is Danica, but I don't want to just do that on the live stream. I want to talk to you guys too, if I can cool down. So let's talk for a little bit, and then I'll go over to Facebook and do another one over there for the other bag. So let me go back to the comments. What should the carb count be for a juice box? I've noticed that a lot of you guys here on YouTube like to go for apple juice. Does it have to be apple? No. I assume you're talking about for a low blood sugar. A lot of people use all different kinds of juice. Apple juice. I use lemonade Capri Sun usually. There's also orange juice is a really popular one. Juice in general is liquid concentrated carbs, so it raises your blood sugar really fast. So typically you want to treat a low blood sugar with about 15 grams of carb initially, and then recheck in 15 minutes, blah, 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 blah. But I think a lot of the time those little juice boxes just happen to be apple. It's so rad. That's awesome. 20 to 30 for large, 18 to 20 for mediums. Yes, some of them do have a lot. Capri Suns are a little bit bigger than like a juice box, and they have like 17, I want to say, the ones I use. But those little juice boxes are kind of hard to find, and they're kind of heavy because they're made of cardboard, and then you feel like a toddler when you're drinking out of them. For some reason, I feel more grown up drinking out of a Capri Sun than I do out of a juice box. It makes no sense. How long have you been diabetic? I've been diabetic for 15 years. It will be 16 in August, so definitely not new for me. You don't have Capri Sun in Canada? That's kind of sad, but it's okay. They're a little bit easier to carry, although I don't typically carry them unless I'm like extra active, like going on a hike or something. I'll put them in my bag, but in general, I just leave them at home because they're kind of heavy. What day in August? August 27th. I had to think about that. I always want to say August 28th, and it's not. It's August 27th. 49 years for me. Whoa, that's awesome. When's your birthday? May 5th. It already passed. I mean, there's always one upcoming, obviously, but I feel like it kind of just passed. But summer is my favorite time of year, so I'm super, super happy that it's warm out, it's sunny, we got blue sky, the pool is open where I live, so I'm really pumped. And I already went for a run this morning, and I'm hoping to get out again later with Ambers and let her run around off leash and just enjoy the weather. Wow, a lot of you guys in here have had diabetes for a really long time. That's so cool. I mean, sorry. I always say that. I'm always like, that's so cool. You know what I mean, hopefully. Like, it's not cool that you got diabetes. Obviously, you would not want that for someone, but I think it's just, I can just appreciate that a lot of us here have shared the same experience and that a lot of you have done it for a long time. I think it's cool. Are you in Arizona? No, I wish. Although that might be too hot for me. I love like 90 degrees. And I know Arizona gets like in the upper hundreds, I think. Upper hundreds. That made it sound like 190 or something. Like 105, 110, that kind of stuff. And I think that would be too warm for me. Sorry, my hair is like driving me crazy a little bit. I'm trying to let it dry. Natural. Does this look natural? Does this look good? I've had a similar pump and CGM use as you over the years. Cool. Your hair looks good. Thank you. What did you do to collect your 1,000 hours to become a CDE? Looking to do the same once I finish my last year of nursing school. I am still working on that. It takes a very long time. So basically what you have to end up doing is getting hired as a diabetes educator without being certified, and then you gather the hours in that position. So a lot of things don't count for the diabetes education, which I didn't discover until I started doing it. It's very specific. It has to be one-on-one. Well, actually group stuff counts, but it has to be like you're setting a goal for them. You're covering all the different content areas. It's like very much detailed. Like for instance, if I go over to the hospital and I teach someone how to give injections, it doesn't count. So it takes a long time. I've been working as a full-time diabetes educator since, I guess, for like a year now, and I'm at like 300 hours. So it was my impression that when I started working, I would just like count my 8-hour day, times that by the days I worked for a year, and that's how many hours I would get. Not the case. It takes a long time. What's your favorite animal? Dogs. I know that's a boring answer, but dogs are the best. You should have been comped for your life as a type 1. That'd be nice. I actually did try to get my hours to count from YouTube. I was like, it doesn't hurt to ask. Just send them an email. So I did, and they said, no, has to be individual. Like, not individual, but like in person with the person specific to them, because this is very generalized. It's not really medical advice, obviously. It's not supposed to be. It's just my own experiences and sharing that and stuff and what works for me. So yeah, it doesn't count, which I understand now that I've done it longer. Wow, a lot of you guys are like really rocking the diabetes game for a long time. I have a T-Slim insulin pump, a Tandem, and a Dexcom G6. I've got 5 dogs and work with animals at Disney World. That's awesome. I just love my dog so much. Like, she's my first dog ever because my dad was allergic growing up, and he still is. So I always wanted a dog, and then I got one, which now it's been like 3 years since I got her, something like that. No, 3 years. She's turning 4 in September. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, I just love her. She's awesome. Sunshine Day. Ask me more questions. A coworker has a diabetic alert dog. Diabetic alert dogs are so cool. If I lived in a bigger place with like a yard, because I mean, diabetic alert dogs tend to be pretty big dogs. And so I don't feel like I have the space for a big dog. They also are very expensive, or if you train your own, it's very time consuming and challenging. But I think, I mean, maybe one day it'll be in the cards for me, but not right now. But I think they're awesome. Sorry, my throat keeps getting dry. I am waiting for the G6 to come out in Canada. I just got my G5 3 weeks ago. Switched from Enlight. Ooh, what do you think of it so far? I know, I'm surprised the G6 isn't out in Canada yet, that I've heard at least. You would think they would be more on their game. What does your bracelet say? It's a medical alert bracelet, but it's getting really old and I need to start wearing my new ones. What does it say? I think it says my name. No, it doesn't. It says type 1 diabetic or type 1 diabetes, insulin pump, and then my mom's phone number for my emergency alert. It's cute. Thank you. I live in the box in the sky. What does that mean? That sounds cool, but what? What are you guys up to today? I woke up on my own at 6:30, and I was very impressed with myself. I'm actually on a real adult schedule now, and so my body wakes me up, which is crazy. Do you want kids? Yes, I do. But not till I'm married. How do I put the G5 on my arm? I have a whole video about that, obviously. I think it's called Dexcom G5 insertion into my arm or something. Arm Dexcom insertion, something like that. You can do it for sure. First time you do it, it feels really awkward, and then you get really used to it, and it's not too bad. But you do have to get kind of like, I don't know. There's like a form to it, a way you're supposed to do it, not supposed to do it, a way to do it. But it's definitely very doable. How old were you at diagnosis? I was 11. Do you ever get questions about your personal life, for example, marriage and babies? This is questions from your own patients and families. Do I ever get questions from my patients about my personal life? Yes, because I'm a person and they're a person. More so when I worked in pediatrics, just because so it's inpatient peds is where I worked. And so it's kids, first of all, and it's inpatient. So I had 12-hour shifts and I was there with them like all day or all night. And so, usually it would come up. It's always so awkward because they're like, because I really like kids. And so, I interact with them and stuff, obviously. And they're like, oh, do you have kids? And I was like, no, I just like kids. And then they're like, oh, okay, but are you married? And it's like, no. And they're like, are you dating anyone though? And I'm like, no. It just gets increasingly more awkward the more they try to grab at straws. But yeah, but that doesn't happen as much anymore, thankfully. Probably because I don't work in kids anymore. I don't know. It comes up every once in a while. I mean, clearly I don't have a ring on my finger, so I'm not married. What do you think of the more widespread looping within the community recently? Ooh, how controversial. I like it. I haven't actually done it, so it's hard for me to speak. Like, I can't speak from personal experience regarding looping, but I think it's awesome. I think that it's cool that people have found a way to have, if you don't know what looping is, basically it's a non-FDA approved way of making an artificial pancreas, sort of. So it uses your CGM data and your pump to automatically adjust your basal levels and just like, I don't know all the details, but it just takes over a lot of your insulin delivery and helps keep you in range, blah, 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 blah. So I think that's cool because it is hard to wait on the FDA, but it also kind of worried me, at least at first when I heard about it, just because it kind of scared me to like let something that wasn't necessarily, at least my understanding, like under medical trials. I don't think, maybe it was, I don't know. That just scared me. But now that I know so many people that do it, I feel more comfortable about it. And so many people do it like with success. Obviously, you still have to put a lot of work into it. You can't just forget about your diabetes. Like, there's still a lot of stuff you have to do. But I think it's still cool that it's available and that people are doing it. Right now, I'm not planning on doing it, but a lot of people are, and a lot of people like it. I know there was one instance where recently somebody had a really bad reaction to it. I can't remember if they went too low or too high. I don't know. But so that part's scary. But then again, like, people on FDA approved pumps have issues too. Like, not from the pump malfunction necessarily, but sometimes, like, if it's not delivering insulin, you go into DK or something like that. I don't know. This is all just like my own random opinion with no experience. I love your straight hair. Thank you. It's kind of wavy. My natural hair is like wavy-ish, frizzy-ish. Do you ever hear stories about a trauma triggering type 1? Yeah, I've heard that a lot, actually. FDA is what? FDA is the Food and Drug Administration. It's an American thing. They have to approve like foods and meds and devices and make sure they're safe for the community and that kind of stuff. What is basal? Basal, so there's two things, bolus and basal. Basal on a pump is your background insulin. So the pump gives you a little bit of insulin every couple minutes, and that covers just living. So you need insulin even if you don't eat anything because your liver is putting out sugar, all that good stuff. So that's basal. Bolus is what you do when you want to give yourself more insulin because your blood sugar is high or you're eating carbs. So yeah, if you're in injections, your basal insulin is your long acting and bolus is your rapid acting. Federal Drug Administration. See, I fail at FDA. I thought that for a second. I was like, is it Food and Drug Administration? I don't know. I never claimed to be a government official. I don't know. Waiting on Control IQ. Yeah, wait. Control IQ is going to be awesome. I think I'm going to go over to Facebook now. Thank you guys so much for coming. So, again, if you missed it, here's the bag I unboxed. Coupon code Danica for 15% off, myabetic.com. And I am going to go over to Facebook now. So if you don't follow me on Facebook, I'm Diabetic Danica on there as well. I'm going to open up my other bag. So come on over. Okay. Bye. And